Obviously, I'm a fan of social media, and I think that the benefits of having a vibrant social media far outweigh whatever risks people in government think that they do. And besides, we've just finished talking about the fact that traditional media, radios, television are struggling. I like social media because it gives a voice to everyone.
It democratizes
information.
That's
exactly,
what say,
exactly.
Right?
And let's us share. The more eyes on a bug, the more solutions we'll have. Let's have many eyes looking at the problem, and we'll have the right solutions. I mean, and we can give many, many examples where things that happen on social media have impacted positively in real life. Yeah. There's a reason why people in government are scared of social media, and they're not clear about it yet. And they need to
not
be
clear. Why?
No,
because they don't understand it, or because
because it's actually dysfunctional. First of all, we have on one hand a former governor who has aspirations to be president, who said he doesn't care what they write about him in the newspapers because most of the people in his state can't read. So why do some other ones now care about what's being said on social media? Who is listening? You know, so you can throw that back at them. Why don't you want young people, old people, people who can read to talk about what's affecting them? Why does it affect you? If you want to be praised on social media, then do what is praised and newsworthy. Okay, but you want to pretend as if Nigeria is some haven of good governance, and you don't want people to put the spotlight on you. That's hypocritical.
Okay, I want to actually just bring in the audience again. This issue of the relevance or otherwise of the social media and the relationship between traditional media and social media, and how that synergy can be exploited for the good of Nigeria. Can I get people to talk? Okay, people who haven't spoken. 1, 2, 3, 4, in that order. So
I still want to talk about the challenges confronting the media.
Okay, can we come back to it after we've sort of, because I want the conversation to flow a little, yeah? So we'll come back. We'll round up maybe with that, yeah? Okay. And you have to be fast.
Okay, well. My name is Rosala Abiola, member of the APC Board of Trustees and president of the APC Young Women Forum. I must say that social media has been very useful, especially for young people. And during the last election cycle, I was on the APC Presidential Campaign Committee. Social media was very useful in mobilizing young people, getting them to vote and monitoring the electoral process.
But according to the senator, now that our president is in power,
he doesn't like social media anymore.
No, he has not said so, but he said he has warned against crossing the line.
What lines? What are the lines?
What lines? So what is the APC position in terms of social media?
Well, I'm not authorized to speak for the party, but I will say that the party's youths are very active on social media. It's a very good platform for us to communicate, and I must also say that since the inception of this administration, we've had live proceedings from the Senate, the House of Representatives, the presidency. When the vice president goes anywhere, you can follow live on TV. During plenary in the Senate and the House of Reps, you can follow live on Facebook. So it's the risks, as Aisha said, are very insignificant compared with the positives.
Okay.
Yes, and
maybe it's a generational thing then.
Yeah, libelous stories are published in the mainstream media too. Those are civil issues, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, the lady. Quickly,
my name is Buki Shonibare. I think we need to begin in order to sensitize the senator, and it's just a representative, of many others who actually think the same way he thinks as it relates to the impact of social media, particularly in a democratic system. But let's flood, these people with the positives that social media has done. I will just bring back girls as an example. I mean, the girls that were abducted, who would be talking about the globalization of that issue that served as an entry point into the broader issue of Boko Haram, and we see how the world came to that. Let's talk about the NSAS issue that is currently ongoing, which Aisha rightly pointed out, and I'm going to close on that. How many people would know the atrocities of the SARS if not the social media? So I would like the distinguished senator to know, and his other likes, that while we have challenges like you would have in any other good place, while we have challenges with social media, fake news, and some other things, it is negligible compared to the bigger advantages
and I have to go to break very soon. So the gentleman behind you, please. The gentleman in brown, yes, behind you, yes.
Good evening. My name is Peter Nkanga. I'm a press freedom advocate and a journalist. I want to answer a question that was made then about why are we afraid of social media? Why is it that now the president is thinking of even reviewing his decision initially of not signing such a bill? And it's simple. It's about civic participation
in governance
of people in demanding transparency, accountability, rule of law, justice, fairness. One solid voice, and that voice is what people are afraid of hearing because it's the truth.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I will tell you this also as a fact around that the most people now who are being attacked in terms of journalists or citizens are those who are already on social media, on internet. Online journalists are the most vulnerable right now than it used to be with print and broadcast.
Well, thank you. The gentleman next to you.
My name is Mark Amaza. Social media fills a huge gap in many states, not even at the federal level. In many states, there is no private media at all. So the one TV station and the one radio station are owned by the government. And so they will dance to the government tunes. Social media fills in that gap by providing that information that the government-owned media doesn't give. And even at the federal level, we have all complained about how the traditional media, for example, I feel Nigerian media is one media industry that, even after informing you, hasn't educated you. And, you know, that's where you have people on social media, independent bloggers, filling in those gaps. And while, yes, there have been a lot of negatives by social media, the positives far outweigh it. Even where there are false stories or falsehood, not just perpetrated by people on social media, but even by people on traditional media, people on social media still correct and challenge it. So it's self-correcting. You know, so we do not need to regulate it. It doesn't need any regulation.
Okay, we are going to have to take a very quick break, and we will continue the conversation when we come back. Please don't go away.
The NUJ is both a professional organization and also a trade union. So if it relegates its function as a professional organization in terms of accrediting journalists, ensuring that you have a degree, you see all kinds of people, you know, once somebody is a commissioner for information in the state, the next thing he starts calling people my media colleague. You ask him how, where. So for me, really, it's that the Nigerian Union of Journalists have, by some kind of I wouldn't know how to situate it, but have not been able to effectively do that.
Ours is not as vibrant as that of NMA, NBA, because NUJ is more of a welfare organization, not a professional organization. That's from my own point of view.
How you put in standards. These I'm not perfectly sure what your standards are. How you bring in discipline. These two I'm not sure. How your disciplinary procedure, a firm one that will make society also to say that these people that are our watchdog also has a way of enforcing discipline among its own members and making sure that the little bad eggs that will always be there in every system are put in check.
It's the responsibility of the regulating body to ensure that quacks do not find their way into the profession. If they derelict in that function, you don't blame anybody.